Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first WoW 101 with Razor and Bessie. Hi, Bessie. Most of the time, Bessie will be in the video. Sometimes she won't, but she might. I guess she'll be in most of them. Today, we're going to be talking about farming the Zandalari Warbringers. Now, some of you may be asking, why would you be farming? Bessie, go ahead and take that off for a spin so people can see what it looks like. Why would you be farming a dire horn? The Warbringers. Well, that's right. We're farming them for those dire horns right there. Now, personally, I have all three dire horns. Bessie has the Jade. She has the Amber, but she does not have the Slate. I happen to have all three. That makes Bessie mad. And what does Bessie do when she's mad? Well, folks, Bessie gets really mad and she flips tables. That hurt, Bessie. That really hurt. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to show you all the points where you can find each Zandalari Warbringer, the best tactics to bring them down, and hopefully we'll get Bessie a shiny new Slate Direhorn. Now, before I do this, I will say this. A lot of the times people are still farming for these, and they may not be up, but we will show you each and every point that they spawn at so that you can watch this video and find them for yourself. That's what you're looking for, folks. The Amber, the Jade, and the Slate. I've got all three. Bessie. Alright, so we're going to take off here. Bessie needs a taxi. Yes, I know Bessie needs a taxi. So we're going to take off here, and hold on a sec. And we're going to go find some Warbringers, folks. The very first one we go to is straight out here into Town Long Steps, right on the other side of the Shrine of Two Moons. Now it's, or Kunlai Summon, I apologize, not Town Long. I apologize. Now, it's really easy to get to. You just fly over the wall from Shrine of the Two Moons. You kind of skirt this lake right here. Make sure you keep the lake on your right. Now, I use an add-on called Silver Dragon. And what it does is it alerts me to any rares that are in the area. And since the Zandalari Warbringers are considered rare, like we have a War Scout right here. Somebody's attacking. We won't jump in on that. Since we are looking for Warbringers, they will pop up on our screen. Now, this is another rare over here. That says the Outcast. We don't need him. Now, chances are, since somebody's fighting that War Scout, the Warbringer has already been killed or engaged. And I see skeletons on the screen. The Warbringer is dead. He is not here. This is where he usually spawns. You're looking at... Oh, we're getting attacked by some Yangul. Alright. But that is where the War Scout spawns. As you can see, you're looking at the Auburn Bluffs. This is the first spot we always go to when we're looking for the first Zandalari Warbringers. You can see somebody's... Oh, this pesky little bluff hawk. Alright, we're going to the next spot over in Jade Forest. Now, some people have asked me what kind of add-ons I use to find rares, and as I've mentioned, I use Silver Dragon. There is another fantastic add-on you can use called Npc Scan and Npc Scan Overlay from the same people. The Npc Scan will scan the zones that you're going to, and it will give you a registry of all the rares in that zone, and the Overlay will show you colored-coded maps where to find those rares. If you're a hunter, it's especially useful. My hunter used it to get all of his rare pets, like Skull in the Storm Peaks. And so there's lots of cool things you can do with that. But we're going to head over here to the Jade Forest, see if we can find this next Warbringer. Bear with us. This next spot for this Warbringer, and I see we have a scout up, so we'll probably engage the scout. Nope, he's being fought. We won't jump in on that. The Warbringer is not here. He is dead. The Warbringer has been engaged and killed. You can see his bird. Each Warbringer has a Silent Strike Terror Wing with them, so this one's gone. We're going to head over to the next spot, and that's in the Cross-a-Rang. All right, so as you can see, we've found 2 war scouts. They weren't there. And the war scouts will normally spawn usually between 30 minutes, between 15 and 30 minutes between the Warbringer spawns. Sometimes if people aren't farming them, you will get a war scout to pop on top of you, and you'll end up having to, if you have a tank or a healer in your group, maybe even a kiter, peel one off and kite it away. At this point, with the gear level, you know, you should be able to take both. That's what Bessie and I do, because we're ballers. Yeah, I just said that. Granted, my item level is not that great. It's a 539, or 536 or 539. You know, I only do looking for raids because my all friends and family guild, we don't have many people on at any time, so we don't really do big raids. But at 539, 536 or 539, I can solo a Warbringer in bear mode. Having Bessie along, just she adds the damage, and we knock them down pretty fast. All right, so we're headed over to the Cross-Sarang Wilds. As you can see, we go through the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. If you're like me and you have a Bessie on your back, maybe you're a 2-man vehicle, do not make the mistake that we've made several times and fly over Half Hill, or you will disconnect the person on your back. Learn that the hard way. Oh, Bessie jumped off my back because Bessie's Bessie. Bessie likes to just jump off at random intervals and jump back on. Alright. Okay, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, and we're back. Also, another point to be made here is if you're flying over near Half Hill, across the river, you will see the big world boss. Do not fly through him, or you will be one-shot. Fair warning. Mistake made before. Alright, so as you can see, my silver dragon has given me a warning of a rare in the area. We've already have the achievement for killing all the rares in Mr. Pandaria, so we are not going to engage. We're going straight for the, hopefully the War Scout will be up, or the Warbringer. Now the Warbringer in the Cross-Sarang Wilds, he is on a sand barge. If you fly down to the coast, keeping the beach on your right, and you fly keeping the ocean on your left, you will eventually run into the sand barge carrying or holding the potential Warbringer. He always spawns. Now these Warbringers always spawn in the same spot. They don't travel, they don't move. And when fighting them, you can reset them by taking them out too far, so be careful as that. No, you can't really kite them that well. Alright, so he's not here. His bird is, which means he's been killed or he's about to spawn. I would venture to guess that somebody's out farming him. He's probably, I don't see any skeletons and I don't see any bodies. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that he hasn't spawned yet, but we'll come back and check later. So, as you can see, this little bitty sandy beach right here, this little sandbar, is exactly where the Zandalari Warbringer spawns in the Cross-Sarang Wilds. Alright. Now we're going to head over to the Dread Waste in the next spot. Another big point to be made by farming Zandalari Warbringers is I'm on a PvP server, Bessie and I are. And there have been many times where the Alliance will come down and jump us while we're attacking the Warbringers. And you know what? It's a PvP server. I'm not going to cry about it. That's what we do. We're on a PvP server. You're asking to get ganked at any time. And if you're suffering from lower levels, or if your gear's not that great, you're going to get jumped. Thankfully, I've got Bessie with me, and she packs quite the wallop. And we usually hold our own against the Alliance scum. So, but we have had our asses kicked before, so we're not immune to getting our asses kicked. Another good thing is, if you see somebody soloing a Warbringer and you're not on a timetable and you're not trying to get to the next one before they do, be a nice guy, be a nice gal. Jump down and help them. It won't hurt. You don't get anything for it, but you get some good guy, good gal cred. That's always nice. Alright, we're rolling up on the second to last Zandalari Warbringer spot. He's not here. As you can see, his bird is here, and I see some skeletons on the ground. Ah, that's the The Warbringer is dead. So somebody has recently killed him, which means our last spot is probably either being fought right now. Oh, you know what? We've got a War Scout to fight. We've got a War Scout, and we're going to take him. Just for you guys. Alright, War Scouts can be kited. War Scouts can be stunned, as opposed to the Warbringers who cannot be stunned. As you can see, he's going down pretty fast. His health sucks. And these fears suck too. God, I hate the fears. As you can see, the War Scout went down pretty easy, pretty fast. And there's Bessie, battle looting, of course. Bessie, she's gonna pay for her greedy ways. Now we're headed over to the very last spot that we farm for the Warbringers. Sorry guys if the lag's been hitting a little bit. This is my first time with Frap, so I'm going to have to readjust my settings probably. Now, other reasons for farming Warbringers and War Scouts. Number one, at this point in the game, with just a couple of months before the expansion, the only real reason you're farming Warbringers is for the mounts if you don't have them. Secondly, if you're an auction house maven, like my wife Bessie here. Say hi to the folks out there, Bessie. You are probably farming the Warbringers for those deliciously awesome blue bags they drop, full of random Mist of Pandarian awesomeness. Now, those blue bags can have, windwool cloth and bolts, and pretty much every profession. They'll drop something pretty much for every profession. Our favorites, Bessie's favorite, is the, just flying over a school of tangled mantis shrimp. Awesome. Bessie's favorite is the bag full of golden lotus, as those are a hot commodity here in Mist of Pandaria. And we'll probably be all the way up to and probably halfway through the expansion, more than likely. Alright, here's the last spot for the Zandalari Warbringers. He's dead, or he's not. Yep, he's dead. The Warbringer's not alive. So we've missed our opportunity. I will tell you this. On the Deathwing server, I think the Warbringers usually spawn around 11 o'clock in the morning. Again about 3. And then again around 6 or 7. So, and then again around 11 p.m. So if you want to get the Warbringers, that's the times on the Deathwing PvP server and whatever battle group we're part of. That's usually in the transferred servers. That's usually what times they spawn. Sorry they weren't around this time, and we'll get a video of when they're actually around and share it with you guys.